Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ryan Retro channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how to customize and improve the sound quality of your Odin 2 portal using a similar app to the one we used on the Retroid Pocket 5. The app is called O2P Tweaks, the Odin 2 portal tweak app. You can download it from the GitHub link I'll leave in the description of this video. Here is the GitHub for the O2P Tweaks app by Feral AI. Come down here to where it says releases and tap on V0.1. Scroll down to where we can download the assets, and we're going to tap on the O2P Tweaks 0.1 APK file, which should download it in your web browser. Once that's done, we can open it up and we'll be prompted to install that app, open it once it's done, and allow O2P Tweaks to send notifications. Allow. Here is the O2P Tweaks app, and what we're going to want to do is install James DSP Manager, the P-Bone version 1.6.8 application. So let's tap that top button here. And we need to come into the settings and allow this app to install another app. So let's tap that button and once again, we'll be prompted to install the James DSP app. Now hit install, and once that's done, you can open it up. Once again, allow notifications. And here we are inside the James DSP app. One other thing you need to remember is that you need to go back to that original app and hit the Enable James DSP button. You will see a little prompt at the bottom telling you it's enabled, you'll see the light come on, and now it should be ready to go. You can also double check this by scrolling down from the notification shade, and it will say audio processing is active. So if you're having any issues with the sound not working, go back to that original O2P Tweaks app and just hit that Enable James DSP button again. Once you have everything installed, you're going to want to come into the James DSP app and turn it on with this power button here. But right out of the box, it's not really going to do anything. We're going to need to turn on the equalizer. So come down to the arbitrary response equalizer and toggle that on. And in here, this is where you can play around with the sound settings of your Odin 2 portal. Tapping on the graph here will show the settings that I am using, and this is by no means the perfect settings for the portal, it's just what I tuned by my own ears to what I like. So as you can see, I've gone for a kind of V curve here, which means eliminating a lot of the muffled, muddy sounds in the middle, and boosting up the bass and higher frequencies for a sound that cuts through a little bit better on the small speakers we have here. This is completely personal preference and everyone's taste will be different, but if you have no idea where to start, feel free to copy my settings, which I will put in the description of this video, and then from there use your ears to tune it how you like. If you'd like the sound to be more bassy, increase the values of the lower frequencies like 150 and 250 Hz. If you'd like some more high-end shimmery sparkle to your sound, increase the higher frequencies like 8000 Hz and 12,000 Hz. If you'd like dialogue specifically to be louder in your games, increase around 1000 Hz. And I think the most important frequencies we need to work with are those muddy frequencies that make everything sound quite muffled. And that's usually around 400 to 700 Hz. So focusing on big cuts in these ranges will really help the sound become more clear. So if you'd like to copy my settings, press the Add button here, choose the frequency you'd like to add, let's say 400 Hz, where it's going to sound muddy and muffled. Click Next, and then you're going to choose how much do you want to increase or decrease that by. So we're going to want to put a minus number here to lower down that volume, and usually with audio we like to stick by threes. So choose -3, -6, -9, see how that goes and play around with it from there. A good place to start might be -6 for something we do want to cut quite a bit of, so let's hit -6, and you'll see it reflected in the chart. And you can actually play around with this plus and minus gain figure as you listen to music to tune it to taste. Once you're happy with that, click Done and it will add that to your chart. Once again, I'll add my personal settings in the description. It is by no means perfect, it's just what I've come up with by myself as a first reference. Once that's all done, you should be good to go. Just make sure this power button is illuminated. You'll also see that reflected in the notification shade here saying it's active. And if you'd like to add a little toggle button to your notification shade up here like I have, simply hit this little pencil icon in the notification shade, and here you have access to a lot of different options. Scrolling down somewhere near the bottom of this shade, you'll find the James DSP icon. Simply just hold your finger on it and drag it up to where you want it to be. So for this example, I'm going to put it first, back out of that, and here it is right there to very simply toggle on or off at any time. To make sure these results stick and it doesn't revert back to normal when you restart your device, go back to that original O2P Tweaks app and toggle on this button here, enable OTP tweaks at boot. That means every time you reboot your device, it will automatically apply the fix. And if for any reason at any point it seems to not be working, just come back into this O2P Tweaks app and once again hit enable James DSP, and that should clear up any issues. So I hope this video was helpful and helps to improve the sound quality of your Odin 2 Portal. If it did, please let me know in the description below. If you have your own sound profile you put in here that you really like, please share it with the community, as I'm sure you can do a better job than I did. Today's also Monday, which means it's time for the Ryan Retro Game of the Week. Last week's Game of the Week was Echo the Dolphin, which turned out to be a very controversial pick. Gnagis, sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation of your name, please correct me in the comments, was the one who suggested it, so I was really happy to see it picked, and shared a picture playing it here on the Retroid Pocket 5 with some really cool looking secret console style grips. Love the color details there. We also had a little bit of healthy debate over Flycast versus Redream. For anyone interested, I personally use Redream because it's just really simple to use. But Gibbon mentioned how this was one of the first 2 Dreamcast games they ever had. And there was a lot of talk about the controls of this game, which are really starting to show their age, as mentioned by Rich. But that was personally liked by Logan the Dragon. Solar got their Retroid Flip 2, and I'm so jealous as I wait for mine to come in the post. Legion got the wrong game and started murdering everyone as a shark instead of protecting a dolphin. And there was a lot of talk and debate over camera operation and various other things. It was just really interesting to talk to everybody about the different devices they're using, the different systems they're using to emulate the game, and everyone just helping each other out in terms of controls and camera operation. That's what the Game of the Week is really about. So now, what is the new Game of the Week? Well, once again, I put it up to the Patreons to vote for the Game of the Week, and they have chosen Final Fantasy VII. So this week's Game of the Week will be Final Fantasy VII. That's available on the PlayStation 1, the Nintendo Switch, Android, iOS, and Windows. So there's so many ways you can play this game. If you'd like to join in, check out my Beacons link in the description of this video, where you can find the link to my Discord channel where we're talking about these games. And also within the Beacons link is my Patreon link, where you can join and cast your vote for next week's Game of the Week. And I'd like to welcome our new Patreon members this week, KB Converse and John's Ducks. Welcome to the Patreon, and thank you so much for help supporting the channel. I really look forward to playing Final Fantasy VII with all you guys this week. Thanks for watching the video, please give me a like and subscribe if you didn't already, and I'll see you again tomorrow for another video with the Retroid Pocket 5 this time. Thanks for watching, bye!